Welcome back to Back Points, the show where top wrestlers reveal their secrets. We've got a special episode of Back Points today because we have our first ever return guest. Today, Bubba Jenkins is back, fresh off his win over Lance Palmer in the Professional Fighters League circuit, where he's competing for a $1 million prize. He just beat the two-time champion, so he's looking good. Bubba Jenkins started off as a state champion at Cox High School in Virginia, and now he's doing big things in the MMA space. And he talks about his mentality before a fight, how he thinks about fighting against another wrestler, and a bit about what he has planned next. As always, please rate and review this podcast if you like it, and share it with a wrestler. Also, you can support this podcast by buying your next jump ropes from BuddyLeeJumpRopes.com using the promo code BACKPOINTS20 for 20% off. That's BACKPOINTS20 for 20% off. Now let's get rolling.
He taught me to get up when I didn't want to get up, when I wanted to quit.
I had high goals, man. I've always had high goals.
And so when I won it, I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, you guys are right.
It's not the thrill of winning. It's the joy of having that personal goal and being able to achieve that and walk off the mat with your head held high and with your hand up.
That just fueled my fire, and I was in every state championship match from there on until I graduated.
That was when I really started doing the kind of wrestling that I was capable of.
Anybody that steps in the ring and just decides to commit the entire time is a state champion in my book.
We're here today with the great Bubba Jenkins, NCAA champion, former state champion from Virginia, and now an MMA fighter with, is it the PFL League? Am I getting that right?
Yes, sir. Professional Fighters League.
That's right. And fresh off a dominating performance against Lance Palmer. Great job. Congratulations on your success.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, guys. Talking to you guys before gave me some inspiration, and definitely was going in there with new ropes, new workouts, new thought process. Man, it was fun to, chop it up with my VA guys. And, we really did prepare the whole camp, for what we saw, for who he was, and, was very, very confident in there. And, I'm pretty sure that we're going to keep that tidal wave of momentum of the bad man movement going.
Yeah, man. Congratulations here, man. Just very proud of you. I understood that this guy was like undefeated coming in there, right? Like 11-0.
He had an 11.
Yeah, he was on 11 fight win streak. He hadn't lost, I don't believe, in the PFL. So, yeah, man, wow. He took that L that day. So we worked hard for it. All glory to God. Truly, he worked through me. I was reading scriptures leading up to it that, just absolutely motivated me. And it was, it was definitely inspirational for not only my family and, my friends who watch me, but myself. I inspired myself to, know that, this is the start of what we've dreamed of. This is the start of, what we believe to come to pass.
Yeah, great job, man. I love the fact that you stay humble and you praise the God, you give him all the glory. As long as you continue to do that, man, you're going to continue to shine and do great things.
I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I noticed that about you. And that's powerful, especially when you live in the life and you got your family behind you and stuff. It's just, how can you go wrong? Win or lose, you're still a champion.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
So you talked about how your training was really intense. Can you tell us, for some of our listeners, they haven't trained for MMA, they've maybe trained for wrestling, but how's your training changed since you became a fighter?
Well, you just have to focus on more pieces on the board, really, and checkers, I would call it a form of the MMA version of wrestling portion. You have to jump over some things, you have to move back and forth or whatever. Checkers is more like the wrestling portion, but because MMA has so many different dynamics to it and so many different disciplines from legitimate different cultures, even the wrestling from culture to culture is different. The boxing, the British don't box like the African man, and the Chinese man doesn't box like the Russian, nor does the kickboxer do the same thing as the Muay Thai from Thailand. So it's all different places, different faces, different hearts, different genres of the sport mixing. So you really have to be watching out for, what people are literally built for. These things people are built for. There are some people who are literally built with longer arms because their family, and their culture was a fighter, a warrior's culture, and now they've tapped into MMA, and those long arms are now generations later coming back to, haunt some of us fighters, things that. So
very much so.
It is truly the chest of the game. You have to really start studying how all the things work together, really work for you. I'm not so much of a stand Muay Thai, your turn, my turn kind of guy. The culture of Muay Thai is different, and you'll take a lot of damage in MMA. So, those type of things are different. But you got to really just train different things every day. We'll hit some mitts, we'll work some boxing, we'll work some kicks. You got to work, maybe the next day work some wrestling or jiu-jitsu, things like that. It really is a mix up of, having to be able to do all that. The wrestler sometimes struggles with cardio when he kickbox, because that's not something he does. And the boxer always struggles with the wrestling cardio, even though the boxing cardio is a great one to have. There's just things that have to go on, and mental fortitude to try to collect it and have the timing to do things all together. It's the mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I understand that. Let me ask you something, Bubba, about this this professional fighters league. Can you give us a little background on it? How long you've been fighting in this, and in your fight? Are you in some type of series? Do you have to fight again to win the big prize? Just give us a little, background.
Yeah, man. So the Professional Fight League has been around for 3 years. This is my first year in it. Last year we were shut down. I've been on a 2-year contract with them, but last year we were shut down due to COVID. So this is that was my debut with the organizations after they've had a 2-year run. And Palmer was the 2-time champion, so I was introduced to the organization with the 2-time defending champion. So it was it was my debut, and we
testing you, man, testing you.
Yeah. They wanted to see what kind of champion I was from another organization, so I guess that makes sense. But nonetheless, we took the train off the track, and now we put our car on, and we're moving forward. Did I answer that? What was the question?
Yeah. That's you answered, because I think listeners, they need to know, because I saw that it was broadcast by, what was it, ESPN? Was it who's the broadcast?
ESPN 2 and ESPN Plus. But
that's pretty.
Broadcast over about 260 countries or something like that. They told us some numbers in the back, but I try to stay focused on task at hand, but afterwards, my people collect the numbers, and that's around this time. Everybody's getting paid this week. Everybody's tapping on the shoulders, time to pay up. You got to definitely take care of the people that put you in the position. You got to hit everybody back that you said you would hit back, and it goes with the territory of winning the big fights, walking home sore, flying home swollen, and recovering and chopping it up again.
It's all about the support system, man. Create a win-win situation, man. You can't do it by yourself. You got to have a team. You got to have a family. So it's nice to hear that. So I saw you preparing. You was in pretty good shape. How was the jump rope training? I didn't see you doing the jumping, but did you break it out of the packet? Did you do a little jump conditioning?
Yes, sir. I did some jump roping. I'm not the best jump roper. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody really thinks that I could, because I have really good footwork. Yeah, that I would be this fantastic jump roper. And I see your stuff, and I see how you flow. I just try to imitate as much as I can. Sometimes I actually just jump with the rope on the outside of me, and me just hopping it back and forth. I would do a nunchuck or something like that. But
that's good. That's called shadow jumping. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. So we're gonna have to have a Zoom, workout and stuff like that, so I can get you on with the basics. All you need, just like everything else, man, just 2 basic skills, and we get you, jumping in the right directions, because the struggle of climbing the top and staying on top is just as tough as with the climb. So you got to work 2 or 3 times harder. So I would love to bring that to your training and keep you improving and getting better. And just great fight, man. Just this guy was a champion, and he looked kind of intimidated by you. How did you feel?
He did look intimidated.
Run-ins with them as a wrestler, right? So
Yes,
tell us
sir.
tell us about the match.
I think I told you last time we spoke. I told you guys, or I was telling the media that we wrestled before, and he got the first win off of me, and then I won the next 3. So we out of four matches, he was 3-1, and that was something that I carried into this match, into this fight. But not just the history of it, the mentality of it, the mindset of it. I knew that I was physically strong enough to deal with whatever everyone else is not capable to deal with, which is Lance Palmer's power. His athletic ability is, so-so. He's a good athlete. Don't get me wrong, because he's done amazing things in both sports. But as far as like true athletic ability, like I don't see Lance Palmer being able to, dribble a basketball with fluidity, or I can see him being a good soccer player or something like that. But when I talk about athletic ability, I'm talking about like really, really, really can get it in every facet of every other sport. And I be able I mix that with agility and other things, and some I feel like I'm one of the most flowish or fluid athletes that are out there. I really can play multiple sports. There's sports that I don't even know that exist, that if you ask me to play it and people get paid for it, depending on the pay, I would consider it.
That's called a good athletic,
right?
Athletic background, man. I know it all.
So when it comes to, I put up a video, and it helps you us adapt, man. Buddy Lee, I think that's coming from our background in Virginia, where we have the Percy Harvins, we got the Allen Iversons, the Michael Vicks. Allen Iverson played football, Michael Vick played basketball. Percy Harvin, state champ basketball player. These guys were multifaceted, athletes that we just didn't put a box on what sport we did. We just happened to be the season we were in. So that's a beautiful little thing right there. No matter what sport it is, the season changes. You just got to adapt with the season and play that sport and just be good at it. That's what Virginia taught me.
Yeah, that's nice to hear it, because you're so right. And I mean, coming from the hood, you can't just, wrestling is not the thing in the hood. It's like you either basketball star, football star, or you're going to be track and field. One of those things. And then we stumble upon wrestling, and because of our athletic abilities and stuff, do well. It's great to see you pull it off, because I can see you guys had a lot of respect. That was my first time seeing you in action, actually seeing you wrestle, period. And it's nice to see you come out with the win. It seemed like you guys had a lot of respect for each other, so I didn't see you guys really trying to hurt each other at all.
Well, I wouldn't say that. We did have respect for each other, but I would sit here and tell you a bald-faced lie if I wasn't to tell you that I was trying to hurt Palmer. I was on everything that I consider to be kind. I was trying to knock Palmer out.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's
I
great.
wanted to hunt him. I wanted to hunt him down. I was circling on men. I was trying to close him off. I was really trying, I really wanted to get after the nitty gritty a little bit. Show my hands. I don't strike strikers. I don't wrestle wrestlers. But if you give me the opportunity, I will. This wrestler gave me holes to do wrestling, but mostly I wanted to beat him striking because he is a wrestler. If the striker comes out smacking me and cracking me, or even if I come out smacking him and cracking him, if I'm beating him at his sport, I'll dive in a little bit with the wrestling to see how many holes he really has. But if not, I just continue with what I'm doing. But mostly, adapting to mixed martial arts. We don't strike strikers. We don't wrestle wrestlers. So I was looking to hurt this wrestler with some striking.
Nice. Well, let me ask you this. What's next? What's next? You defeated him. Do they have your next guy coming? Are you going to another weight class?
Yeah,
because
sorry.
he was a champion.
I remember you asking me this earlier. So it's the regular season, then it's the playoffs. So the regular season is just like any regular season in your professional leagues. It's the 16-game regular season in the NFL. It's the 100,000,002 games for baseball. It's 82 regular season games for basketball, whatever it is for the sports. It's the regular season. We, however, only get 2 regular season fights, 2 regular season games. In those regular season games, just like every other professional league, you rank from the wins. Our wins, because our points are ranked each round because we only have 2 fights. So that's 6 rounds to rank your points to get a total of, certain amount of points that rank up. The top 4 make it to the playoff. And in the second, which would be the first round of the playoffs, or the final, and then the championship, I believe, is in Madison Square Garden on New Year's Eve to determine the champion.
Wow.
I'm not sure because like I said, am one chop at a time, one task at a time kind of guy. The task at hand. I'm not sure if the first round of the playoffs is a 1 fight thing or if it's a 2 fight a night. I know there's at some point we fight 2 fights a night. Maybe for the playoff to determine who the champion is, or maybe in the championship to determine. Maybe in the final championship to determine who the playoff champion is, and then who the final champion is. So I'll get more understanding on that as we move closer. But I'm looking at the next opponent, the next fight, the next task. I'm not sure if they've made it public yet to who I'm fighting, so I'm just going to keep it cool. But we're going to go after this next guy and look to do what we did last time, have a great performance, not really care about what our opponent's doing, not really care about what he did last time, and strike to win.
Make him fight your way. What do you got to say, Will?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So do you like fighting against people with wrestling backgrounds? Lance Palmer, he was a 4-time All-American. Is that something, do you like going against people with wrestling backgrounds, or do you prefer going against people with striking backgrounds, or it doesn't even matter?
In the beginning, it's probably better for me to get wrestlers because there was a lot of wrestling straight on. But I definitely have adapted to being able to take strikers down in the sport of mixed martial arts much easier. It was difficult in the beginning, of course, because you had to figure out what defense was for striking and what defense was for, being kicked on or kneed or, while you're entering into a takedown. But now that the wrestlers are becoming more adapting and the striking is becoming more easier for me, I find it a little bit more taxing to try to wrestle the wrestlers, even though it's possible. Yeah. We do what we have to do to win, but if I'm going to dominate, I'm going to wrestle the strikers and strike the wrestlers.
Sounds like you might have to go into some Sambo, learn some stuff from Khabib, Have you learned the Sambo at all? Have you done any Sambo?
I haven't done Sambo. I do have to look into it. I do like Khabib's style. However, I like my ground and pound a little better. Khabib's a champion. Khabib has his own route. I don't think Khabib's as punishing as I am on the ground when it comes to sheer ferociousness. When I get on top, if this league doesn't allow you to do elbows, but my ground and pound game is pretty ferocious, and I'm trying to improve that. I guess I'm an unseen like Khabib, but most people don't know it until you get under me, or you've seen a couple of my fights where you can see little clips of what I'm trying to show the world. But we keep chopping.
Yep, just a matter of time. So you're just getting warmed up, right?
Yes, sir. Just getting warmed up. People calling me a vet, and I've been in the game for a long time, but I feel really young, and I feel like we're just getting started. I'm very, very much in my prime.
Yeah, nice.
Is there anybody that you really want to fight? Is there a dream opponent you want to go out there? Anybody you really want to go chasing?
No, man. I'm validated by my children and the people around me that I'm working hard. Everybody in the world wants to fight a Mayweather, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, or Conor McGregor. That's the first 4. That's the biggest, and nobody wants to be like a clout chaser. Nobody wants to be that, but everybody wants to fight them or put their names in their mouth. Listen, I'm not here for fame. I'm doing it for a reason. I definitely have a discipline behind me that is different than most. I have an inspiration behind me that is different than most. Obviously, my style of how I move and how I talk, and people think that I'm, very, very self-centered, cocky. Man, I have a confidence behind me because I know in whom do I belong, and I know in which manner in which what is the word? In which assignment he has given me. And, because they have their goals and their validation, the things that they're after, some people seem to be confused or misled, but I'm confident because I'm not misled. I'm confident because I've seen the visions that have come to pass. I've seen movies that people haven't seen that I'm watching. And, that's what this dream and vision is about. That's what this empire is being built on. And Christ moves everything around me.
Right. That's what I love about it, man. That's what I know that's different, man. You got God, you praising God, and you basically know his word and words, and you're living the life. So more power to you. I think the big question is people want to know how much money you made, man. What's the prize money? Because I might have to suit up. I might have to suit up and come in. Somebody told me it was $1 million prize you got.
Well, listen, no smart man counts the man's bank. Let's just say at the end of the day, I'm the guy that I just beat has won the tournament twice.
Wow.
He's won $1 million twice.
Wow.
So,
that's pretty good.
I got a pay cut, for having to fight him in the first round. But let's just say I just destroyed a man who they have given $2 million to.
Wow.
So,
wow.
All I'm saying is, if I didn't get paid then, and if I ain't getting paid now, I'm about to rob the bank, because PFL and the world knows what kind of fighter I am now, what kind of smile I have in the face of adversity, and I just get things done. And we got a lot of beautiful things coming, a lot of beautiful different documentaries, and
nice.
I'm excited about the times that I'm in, because I'm still hungry like none of it has happened.
That's right, man. Yeah, praise God. PFL, pay this guy, pay our man up. Pay him up.
Hashtag PFL, pay that man.
What is it again? Say it again.
Hashtag PFL, pay the bad man.
Pay the bad man.
Okay, we'll make sure we put that on.
Yeah.
Hashtag PFL, pay the bad man. That's right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Man, we always got to be 2 to 3 times harder.
Yeah, I've been giving people discounts for a long, long time, man. For this fight, I took in one sponsor. To tell you the mental kind of guy that I am. I took in one sponsor. He's a father. He's a friend of one of the fighters that I have. Really, really awesome upcoming fighter and musician. And his father happens to do with jewelry. And I said, okay, I'm gonna connect with this guy, do a little business, talk to him in Denver. Actually going out to Denver to see him this week. Right. And I had one sponsor for this fight. And I told him I only want this one sponsor. I could have called a couple different people. So shout out to the people that definitely reached out. But I had one sponsor and endorsement for this fight, because I wanted to show this brand a loyalty that, like, listen, people didn't bang down my door to come holler at me about endorsing them. I'm a head coach at a wrestling high school. I own a wrestling club. I own a whole gym. I speak fluently. I allocate very well. I kiss the babies. I sign the autographs. I shake the hands. I look in the eyes. I mend the heart. I do the right things. I smile with the pearly whites. And I'm American, and I've been to Africa, and I've been to Dubai, and I've been to China, and I fought in Russian leagues, and I'm big in multiple places of the country. But not multiple people bang down my door to say, hey, come be the face of our brand, or hey, come do this. I'm charging and taxing everything that they said I couldn't have. I'm building my own brands. I'm building my own things. I'm not going to partner with someone that didn't believe in me when I told them, hey, please see me as the Amazon that is before the stock hit what it is. See me as getting me in on the penny stocks, because I'm a loyalist. If you're there with me hunting, you'll be there with me eating. And the food is in. The kitchen is on, the lights is on, the chef is in the kitchen, and everybody who come in late now, got to pay just to get to the door. So I appreciate all the love and genuine love people have been sending me, but my children don't eat, and they don't eat clothes. My children don't eat lotions and vitamin, and and my children eat money, greenery, vegetarian. They do clothes in their size. I don't need clothes. I get clothes everywhere I go. Honestly, it's time to pay that man.
I heard it loud and clear.
That's right. I see great things around the corner here.
Patience,
yes,
brother. Patience is going to
come.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And stay healthy, and keep praying. Here in Virginia, we're backing you up. We're supporting you. We really appreciate you coming on as the. I'm hoping that we're the first podcast, of wrestling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We had I know we were scheduled. You guys actually probably gonna be one of my first interviews. You heard it here first. I was coming to you guys at the Back Points really quick, because me and you, buddy, have a long relationship, but they shut it all down because we really had to get a little bit more organized with. I was letting everyone interview, because I'm humble. I don't care if the 18-year-old kid from the high school was doing a story and he called me about the fight. I gave him a story about it. Everyone who's calling me, I gave an interview to, but they want to line up the brand and do all this stuff. But
that's the way it's supposed to be.
Do this stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good,
absolutely,
man. We really appreciate you. We know you're going to stay humble and stuff like that. But like you say, when you start blowing up, you get a management team behind you and stuff, and they want to just be basically more organized and stuff like that. And that's what it should be.
They're definitely at work now, and the team is hustling all over the place. We're doing some amazing things. I'm excited.
Yeah, they're gonna do everything for you. It's everything's gonna work out, brother. When you got your family behind you, and you that's your support system, and that's your motivation, and you got your head in the right place, your heart in the right place, and you're doing this for a bigger reason and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's just beginning. I mean, you're 33, right?
Whoa.
You told me 33, right?
I'm a young.
Yeah, you're still young, man.
I'm trying to forget my age here shortly. You're gonna be able to ask me that, and I'm honestly say I don't know how old I am. I'm gonna try to forget my age. Just stay.
That's
stay
what
restless,
I do.
Stay ageless.
That's what I do now. That's what I do now.
I tell people, how old do I look? They give me an age, and I say, sure. Well, yeah, that look about right. At that point, at some point, I was that whatever.
Well, I'm calling you on this. I had to make sure I make this because it's my birthday today. So man. So man. So I want to hear it.
Buddy.
Happy birthday, dear buddy. Happy birthday, dear
man.
buddy.
Take my hat off to you, sir. Happy birthday. Wow.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Wonderfully young. Looking no older than 24, 25.
That's right, man. Somewhere around there. There.
Looking good, buddy. That is awesome. Well, happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I didn't know that. I wish somebody would have told me.
Yeah,
the other
I
guy
had to
didn't
come
say
on.
nothing.
I had to make sure I come. I had to go away from the party. My little boy and my family, they're waiting for me. We had the cake, had a piece of cake, going back in. I said, now I got to come on for my man Bubba and stuff like that. Just want to say, man, I'm really proud of you, man. Really proud of you. And it's just so nice to see you making that transition from the university and taking all those things from the past, the adversity that you dealt with. And now you realize that you had to go through it to get to where you are now. And you're in a better place. And you're just going to keep climbing the ladder, man. Keep climbing the ladder. And we're going to be there supporting you.
Yeah,
right,
we love watching you here in Virginia. This is, and it's a great inspiration for my wrestlers and I think for all wrestlers around here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I definitely got to come back to the Virginia community, buddy. You know how that Tidewater, Norfolk area is. And, I definitely want to come back there, not only create some type of programs and things like that we can put together. Me and you, buddy, gonna chop it up about different opportunities for like-minded children and people who just want to fight their way out or literally wrestle their way out or film their way out or do something that is out of the ordinary for the atmosphere that they're in. And we build extraordinary men in that type, extraordinary men and women in those type of incubated atmospheres. But truly,
That's right.
if we can make them, if we can give them a ladder in any type of way, in any form, most of them would climb higher and further and quicker than we've ever had in our previous generation. So I want to be a part of that one that has climbed out and came back and thrown multiple ladders down. So, buddy, if me and you could chop it up privately, I know that you wanted to talk about management and stuff like that. I want you to be, the guy running point on that regional area, in that area. Of course, I have a team behind me and people doing some things for me, but you know, I run the ball for my career. Don't ever get it twisted about who holds the pen to this story.
Who is the boss? Right. That's right. Always in charge.
We do have representation. We do have smart people around us. But I told Kel Sanderson that I'm going to redshirt and then I'm going to wrestle. And then that's when you'll know when I'm allowed to tell you what I'm going to do about my career. And he sent me off because I made a decision about my career. And I end up pinning his boy and in the ultimate fashion, understanding that I don't care if it's your vision for me. I care if it's God's vision for me.
Yes.
I don't understand people not understanding that me hearing from the Father and being led like a warrior and not like a soldier is completely different. I'm completely the new breed of great we are, but still staying humble to the ones who've helped us and the ones that are truly the downtrodden and the discomforted. We are a new generation. We look the same, we talk the same. I look like Iverson, move like Vic, but I'm Jenkins. I'm a bad man.
In the house, man. Yeah, well said, man. And what's the word to the young guys out there looking up to you? I know that you're going to be having that motivational circuit in the future and stuff, so you prepare for that. And these kids are always looking up to you because, like you say, we come from a very adverse situation. And I mean, you where you are now because one door closed and another door opened. So it's probably meant to be. All this stuff that happened at Penn State was meant to be. You couldn't be where you are right now today. You're being your own man.
Absolutely. God's plan. Yeah. And when I say that, I don't mean to say that there was immaturities and things that I have to grow out of. There was definitely times where I had to look at myself in the mirror and analyze and hold myself accountable and not lie to self. We can lie to others, but we can't lie to ourselves. And that's a lot of the things that, people try to hide from. And I truly don't consider it a good thing to lie to others, but you definitely can't lie to self. You definitely can't be a hearer only and not just a doer. What I would say to the young youth out there is truly, I'm just a brother that kept doing it. The reason why I'm on fire is because I was cold and I just kept chopping wood. And then the winter came and I put my logs down and I kept sparking something and it sparked and it lit. And now I'm on fire and people see me from the sky. They see me from afar. I'm hot now.
That sounds like belief.
I love it.
That sounds like never, ever giving up and fighting to the end. Great message.
It's a champion's mentality.
Relentless.
That's right.
Well, you want to wrap it up, Will? I just want to say, hey, man, thank you again. Congratulations. Always supporting you.
Yeah.
I'm here. You just, when your schedule slows down and stuff like that, let's have a chat. And like you say, we have a responsibility while we're pursuing our dreams to also reinvest back in community and young people, striving to be like us and be even better. So we have some great words that we can impart, on them and help them to find their way and direction in life. Will?
That's right. Yeah, and you are the first person to be back a second time on Back Points. So, thank you for that.
Jenkins, I made sure that happened.
That's right.
My man. On your birthday, no less, Buddy Lee. Happy birthday, big dog. On your birthday.
Thank you, brother.
Less.
Man,
yes,
just know I'm proud of you, man. I wish we could have wrestled back in the day. We could have been teammates. just to have somebody with the same mindset, man, we would just been everywhere. And
man, it would have been a nasty little duel we would have had, huh? we can still do it. We can still do it with our minds. Let's get.
That's right, man. That's right. That's where it is now. You pass the torch. I pass the torch to you. You do your things, and I'm gonna make sure I give you everything you need, mind wise, to keep going, man. You got your heart and mind in the right place. Proud of you.
I got a couple different ideals that I have for me and you. I mean, our names go together like Bubba and Buddy, and Buddy and Bubba.
That's true.
And it's the youth and the old generation coming together. And, it's wild that the old man's going to teach the young dogs some new tricks about the jump rope. But we definitely should film it, definitely get a little podcast going, something where we can definitely spark our little generation and our little community. And I got to come back to Virginia. But I told my people I can't come back, because without really going down there to submit some seeds and really picking up a bag to really man, I gotta come back, but it's a far ways away and I got so much going on. But buddy, if you plan it and you put something on the map, man, we go talk to the kids, go talk to the universities, and really do something. I'm out there, and I will be out.
Sounds great, brother. I got to get back myself. I'm over in Europe right now.
2 up, 2 down, guys. Appreciate you, man. Love you.
Thank
guys.
you again.
Love you, man. Good job. Congratulations, champ.
Thank you.
Good work.
Thanks for listening to Backpoints today. If you want to support the show, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever else you find the show. Also, it helps us if you give the show a rating on Apple Podcasts and leave a review. Feel free to also make a donation via Patreon at patreon.com/backpoints. Thanks, and see you next episode.